Hey Nintendo Switch 2 fans, welcome back to another video. Nintendo's just put out a brand new update for the Nintendo Switch 2, basically resolving a lot of backwards compatibility issues affecting more than 20 games from the original Switch. Now, if you got a Nintendo Switch 2, there were some games that just wouldn't quite work fully on the Nintendo Switch 2. Now, most did, which is fine, but there was a couple of outliers that just refused to work, and it was because of backwards compatibility. It's a new chipset, new SoC from Nvidia, so obviously there's going to be a couple of games that just weren't working the way they should be. Well, good news, because Nintendo has put out an update basically resolving issues affecting more than 20 games originally launched, and we're going to talk about what games, and we're going to list those games that now work. Let me know in the comment section if there was any games that you tried to load onto the Switch 2 that didn't work when you got the Switch 2 that you were disappointed in. Let me know down below. But before we get into it though, check the links down below in the video description for Switch 2 accessories, including micro SD cards for the Nintendo Switch. I'll try to pin them down below, and check out the JSOX accessories. A bunch of amazing JSOX accessories. Stay tuned, because we're going to be doing an unboxing of a box that JSOX sent me with a bunch of their favorite Nintendo Switch 2 accessories. Should be up in the next couple of days, so stay tuned for that. But let's get into that list, the mysterious list of games that didn't quite work on the Nintendo Switch 2. So obviously, as you know, it's in Nintendo's best interest to basically make sure that, you know, players have a smooth transition over to the Nintendo Switch 2. They want players to be able to continue and bring all their old games over to the Switch 2 and be able to just pick up and play where they left off on the original Switch. Now, obviously, backwards compatibility used to not be a thing for, well, it was a thing for a while, and they started taking it away when newer systems came out, and now it's back. I think it's what we all expect, right? Obviously, with games costing so much, it's nice to be able to pick up an old game with better graphics, better frame rate, and that runs smoother, looks nicer on new hardware, and not have to worry about buying all the new games, although there are new games coming out. So let's talk about those new games. So players can now enjoy previously problematic titles like Crypt of the Necrodancer. This is a big popular game. I know a lot of people have been used to play this. I've been talking about this for a while. This game is up there in the top play games for the Switch, the original Switch. Harvestella, Portal 2, a big game from Valve, obviously. We all love Valve. We love the Steam Deck. And Endless Ocean Luminous without technical hiccups. These games had compatibility issues on the Switch 2, but now work properly following the July 2025 system update. And I believe, obviously, this is a system update that's fixed this. Obviously, the developers haven't went in and updated those games to work on the Switch 2. It's been mainly Nintendo's part. I'm sure Nintendo would rather not have had to do this, but developers are more focused on newer games coming out in their next projects rather than go back and fixing a game that's maybe like, you know, 5-6 years old. Anyways, the full list, let's get into them. So Chronicles of the Wolf, that has been fixed, now works on Switch 2. Crypt of the Necrodancer, Nintendo Switch Edition. DC4, Da Capo, 4 Fortunate Departures. Dragon's Lair Trilogy, didn't realize that wasn't working on the Switch 2. I do have that as an eShop title on my original Switch. Endless Ocean Luminous. Oh, by the way, Dragon's Lair Trilogy is a pretty good game. You need to look into it. It's pretty good looking. Genso Rogoku, No Kaleidoscope, Gunbird 2, Harvestella, Konosuba, Labyrinth of Hope and Gathering of Adventures Plus, Konosubarashi Sakai, and Shukufuku Wu Noroi no Ibutsu. Cool. Labyrinth of the Galleria, The Moon Society, Manticore Galaxy and Fire, Nicopara Volume 1, Nicopara Volume 2, Northgard, Portal 2 again, from Valve, Redemption Reapers, Sakuna of Rice and Ruin, Savior of Sapphire Wings, Stranger of Swords Revisited, Sega Ages, Geolock Air Battle, Sega Ages Virtua Racing. Virtua Racing wasn't working. Oh my goodness. Sky Children of the Light, Tohar, Umineko, When They Cry, Saku, Nikobaku, to Muso no Kuyo. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm sorry. I'm so bad at pronouncing Japanese words. Warp Shift. Some titles still facing issues though. Well, most titles work now fine. Nintendo has acknowledged that 3 games still have compatibility problems on the Switch 2. That is Batman Arkham Knight. Wow. I mean, that is one game that just never ran well on the Switch to begin with anyway. Then we've got Dark Star 1 and Welcome to Imperium. So yeah, there you go. There you have it, guys. More Nintendo Switch games working on the Switch 2. Obviously, like I was saying, Batman Arkham Knight, that never ran well. I wish that game would just get an update. I've seen people try and run it on the Switch 2. Just the Batman games, the Arkham Knight games, the Arkham games just never really worked well on the Switch to begin with, because they're really performance hungry, or you know, they really want good hardware to run on. It was kind of a miracle that it ran. It was dipping, I believe, on the Switch. It was dipping down into like the tens. It was really bad, really bad. So I'm glad to see Nintendo are making a concerted effort here to try and get old Switch games working on the Switch too. Obviously, the list of games that are having issues is getting smaller and smaller, which is what I like to hear. But I think the focus now is on new games. We want new games for the Switch too. Obviously, Donkey Kong Bonanza just came out and it looks absolutely phenomenal, guys. I mean, like somebody said, it's like a mix between Super Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and what was the other game? I forgot the other game. It was like Hulk Smash, like some sort of Hulk Smash game, which I thought was hilarious. It was like a mixture of all these different games in one, and I think that sums it up basically. I mean, destructible environments, you've got to love it on a Nintendo game, no less. Destructible environments where you could like bust tunnels in the wall, it bust tunnels throughout the environment and stuff like that. It reminds me and brings me back to the old days when I used to play Red Faction, the original Red Faction, with my friends, and I'd grab the rocket launcher and I'd just blow chunks out the wall until I made like a 20-foot tunnel in the wall, and we'd play hide and seek, and I'd basically hide in a 20-foot tunnel deep into the wall in one of the multiplayer co-op sort of multiplayer maps on Red Faction. Brings back so many memories. So I love to see destructible environments back. Obviously, if you're a PC gamer, console gamer, Battlefield is coming out this year supposedly, with a whole new destruction system. I know we're sort of verging off the path of Nintendo right now. I just wanted to highlight that I'm excited for Battlefield, and I'm hoping to do more videos and even stream Battlefield later this year. So anyways, I love you, I appreciate you. I'm Blaze2K. I'm back from my break. I've been off working on other projects lately. I won't stay on the YouTube channel, but a lot of really good things are coming out from what I'm doing, and I'm feeling motivated the first time in a while, and purposeful. So there might be less YouTube content, but I'll be here. I'll try and put out content and, you know, put stuff out every day, covering Switch 2 and game and all that good stuff, tech. And yeah, like I says, we've got some unboxings coming up as well. The SN8100 SSD from SanDisk. Go check that out. It's an amazing SSD, new generation, as well as our JSOX creator pack they sent me, showing off a bunch of great Switch 2 accessories. And if you can't wait for that, check the links down below in the video description for all the best JSOX Switch 2 accessories. If you can't wait for my unboxing, yeah, go check out, link in the description. Anyways, I'm Blaze. I'll see you in the next one, hopefully on a live stream soon. See you in the next one. Take care. Have a great day. Please like, subscribe, click the bell icon. I'm Blaze, signing off. Have a great one. Bye.